Thank you, President. Honourable members. Migration is about human beings. It's about men, women and children. And when our migration policy fails, human beings pay the price. It's time to fix our broken migration policy. Our citizens expect us to protect people fleeing war and persecution. They expect us to welcome people who come legally for work or study. But at the same time, they expect us to prevent irregular arrivals and deadly journeys, and to swiftly return those who don't have the right to stay. And this is what the Pact on Migration and Asylum is all about. The Pact will help us to protect people, to protect our borders and manage migration in an orderly way. I would like to thank all the rapporteurs, the shadows and your staff. The political agreement on the table is an amazing achievement. It's a true compromise for sure. I would especially like to thank the EPP, the S&D and the Renew groups for your intense efforts. Thank you for the courage to compromise. It's essential to show that courage also today in the vote. The vote will be a close one. And this is a now or never moment. This moment will not come back. History is watching and our voters are watching. Today's vote is about 4 years of intense legislative work. No, it's in fact 8 years of intense legislative work. When we presented the Pact 4 years ago, no one was really passionate about it, but no one fully rejected it either. And the same truth holds today. After the 4 years you have worked on these proposals, you have improved it. The agreement on the table once again shows Europe can deliver for its citizens. And now it's time to take responsibility. 4 years ago, the blockage was in the Council. Now the decision is in your hands. And it's an all or nothing decision. All files must pass, or no files will pass. The last 4 years, we have met so often here in the plenary to discuss our EU action on migration challenges. Shipwrecks with massive loss of lives. Catastrophic fires in Libya, in Moria. Sudden increase of arrivals in the Canaries, in Lampedusa. Every time the conclusion was we need a European response. Every time we thought it couldn't get any more difficult, it suddenly did. COVID, Lukashenko's attempt to create a crisis by instrumentalizing migrants, the Taliban takeover in Afghanistan, humanitarian admission or resettlement of people most at risk, Russia's war of aggression. We are now hosting more than 4 million Ukrainian refugees. Why did not let these crises overwhelm us? We did not let these crises overwhelm us. And you know what I realized? The more challenging the crisis, the more European our response. We did not allow these crises to distract us. All those years, your patient work of lawmaking continued. The blue card, unblocked after many years. The asylum agency, unblocked. 44 trialogues on the negotiations on the Pact, and I attended almost all of them. And now we finally have on the table a comprehensive European approach on migration. With uniform EU rules on asylum procedures, screening at the border, quicker protection for those likely to be granted asylum, and quicker returns for those who don't have the right to stay. New safeguards to protect vulnerable people, especially minors and families with children. Clear rules to prevent overcrowded reception centres. New, robust and independent monitoring mechanism to uphold rights at the border. And for the first time ever, mandatory solidarity Support to member states under pressure will no longer be optional or improvised. In a few hours, you will vote. This is your moment. You are the legislators. Our citizens are watching. A vote for the Pact will bring real change for the better. It shows Europe can compromise, Europe can manage my also huge challenges. If the vote on the Pact fails, we all fail. The world is also watching. Whenever I go to third countries, they say, "So you come here to discuss migration. Why don't you put your own house in order first?" Now we can put our house in order. In February, I attended the Munich Security Conference. UN High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, Filippo Grandi, was asked if there is one single thing you can wish for to be implemented next year for better migration, what will that be? He answered, the Pact. And Europe is watching. With the Pact, we can manage one of Europe's biggest challenges, migration, in a sustainable way, based on our values. Now I will ask you to take the final and vital step and vote for the Pact. As some of you know, I like football very much. So let me put it like this. We are in the finals. Everything is at stake. We are not watching from the stands. We are on the pitch. The ball is rolling. Now is the time to come together as a team and to score for Europe. It can take years until we are in a final again, if ever. We have this one opportunity and we have to take it. Thank you.